Yeah, what's up? What's going on, everybody? This is Super Dave back at it again with the PA Political Revolution podcast, where we're back again to give you the real, right? When other news agencies refuse to tell you the truth about what's going on in your city, here I am, Super Dave, with the PA Political Revolution podcast that's down for the cause, trying to give you the unadulterated truth. What's going on in Port Arthur? And today we have a good show today. Right? This is going to be some. This is going to be some. What you call the PAISD wine, right? Some PISDT, like they say, right? What's really going on over the PISD? What they not telling you, right? What the news is not showing you, right? Right now, during the election, might add, that there is an active lawsuit going on. It's a court case going on right now with Port Arthur Independent School District, right? With the alleged violators being Mr. Johnny Brown, former superintendent of PISD, and now who's a sitting board member, to also Mark Porterie, was formerly the assistant and whatever else administration inside the school district, and is now the current superintendent, right? This case, well, let me go ahead and give my disclaimer, right? Everything is alleged. Everything is speculation. I'm, doing entertainment, whatnot. I may get some of the facts wrong. There's going to be a psychic episode, right, where I'm going to get the word. On from psychic powers, right? From alleged psychic powers is going to kind of fill me in so I can tell everybody what's been going on over at the trial, right? So I had, that's all my disclaimers. Don't be trying to call me to come up to the case and all this stuff, trying to subpoena me to come, look, all that crazy stuff, right? Look, I'm not even worried about it. So let's go ahead and kind of get going and what's really going on, right? So like I've said, there is an active lawsuit going on with the PAISD. And it has to do, with Johnny Brown and Mr. Porterie. Against the complainant is Dr. Sharon Butte, right? From what I gather, Dr. Butte used to be a special education director, right? Special education director, and got demoted from being that to being a principal. So came from that the brain I know I should have did this right before I got online, but I'm going to go ahead and try to bring up the original complaint, right? I want to bring up the original complaint so I can kind of fill you in and so I won't kind of jumble up and misquote everything. I want to try to give it to you exactly, how they say it from the actual news article, right? What we'll be going to do is look at the a Beaumont Enterprise link. I just have to pull this right on up. I should have did this right before. Because I've been busy. Pardon me, I'm trying to bring you all of this this edge cut news. I'm a one man gang. So, kind of bear with me. I'm an actual one man gang trying to do everything. So Brian, let me go. Gotta get out of this. All that stuff. There you go. Okay. Here we go, right? Ex-administrator files civil suit against Port Arthur Independent School District, right? Former as the administrators filed a civil lawsuit against the district alleging she was demoted in retaliation for filing a sexual harassment report and criticizing district administration, right? Former director of special education, Sharon Boute's attorney, Larry Watts, I call him on and save because that brother looked like Abe Lincoln, right? To me, that's just to me. Wrote in a petition filed in the Jefferson County District Court last week that Superintendent Moore Porterie planned on retaliation against Boute because she reported a former superintendent, which is Johnny Brown allegedly, for multiple acts of sexually harassing her. The petition says Boute was discriminated against for opposing quid pro quo favoritism towards another department employee. The suit alleges that Porterie accused Boute of making critical remarks about his administration and in April 2016 demoted her to the position of assistant principal. Boute has been subject to unconstitutional retaliation and was deprived of her salary, status, and responsibility as director of special education without being afforded due course of law, the suit said. Boute is seeking reinstatement and back salary and benefits. The district claimed immunity in a similar case filed in 2013 by former Principal Cynthia Jackson, who claimed she was demoted for exercising free speech. Judge Donald Floyd ruled in PAISD's favor in March of 2015. Jackson appealed the decision. The appeal is pending. The Ninth Court of Appeal has yet ruled on this case. So there you have it, people. We have, these allegations right there of sexual harassment, right? Let me kind of speak on this, right? Unfortunately, we have ignorant Negroes in Port Arthur, Texas, right? We have some of the most brain dead, drunk with power, stereotypical representations right now. These people, if the allegations are true, right? You have Johnny Brown, you have Dr. Porterie, and you have, Thurman Diablo Borti, right? Me over here. We have trash coming from the city. Coming from the school district, right? We have poor, trash people that they purposely elevate in the black community to actually wreak harm and destabilize the black community, right? That's my opinion, because you have these people think they the super strong, hard boss. I'm the boss of everybody in here, and you're doing all this quid pro quo favoritism, right? This stuff has got to stop, right? And that's one reason why I say, look, you have to break up the network, right? Because you have a network of people like, Porterie, Johnny Brown. See, this is what they do, right? Johnny Brown get kicked out of the thing, right? Resigned, forced to leave, talked about leaving. Boom. They'll wait him for a few years, 10 years, or whatever. 8 years, 10 years, recycle him back in the community. Hey, it's Johnny Brown. He used to be the school district. He can keep eyes on the superintendent. So, that's the kind of bull crap that we have going on right now, right? They recycle these trash superintendents. These superintendents kind of wreak hell on these departments like, the school district or the city, right? All of them working the same thing, right? You have the same corrupt individuals that control the school department. You have them putting their tentacles and pretty much controlling the city, right? That's why you have these same individuals that violate laws, get put in jail, get kicked out of justice of the peace, put in these positions, whether it be the city, the school district, they stick them right back in there. They put them in front of your kids. So you need to watch out for that, man. And you need to, parents, citizens, you really need to take action against these individuals, right? You have to make it a hostile work environment for these crooks, right? For these crooks, these sellout, these corrupt superintendents. Just how they make it a hostile work environment for their employees, you as a citizen needs to make it a hostile work environment. Every time you see these elected officials, you see these corrupt superintendents, they should be excommunicated from the black community, right? That's what we all as citizens need to start doing if we truly want to make Port Arthur a better place, right? So now going on to this lawsuit, right? I kind of got word about it. Hey, little birdie flew and told me, hey, they got some stuff going on, right? Got some stuff going on at the lawsuit, 60th District Court. Hey, you probably want to check by it. Okay, cool. Let me. Okay, that's the first time I heard of it. Kind of put something out there, right? Boom. Hey, anybody heard anything going on? Start getting a few phone calls, inboxes. Hey, something going on over there. Okay, cool. I'll go check it out. Boom. Check everything out. What do you know? Walked in there, Porterie sitting on the court, right? Boom. Take a doggone seat and kind of, listen and see what's going on, right? So, my psychic ability, right? I'm going to give you a little bit before what supposedly happened, right? What supposedly happened, right? When they got in there, when they first started talking, or when Chappelle supposedly gave them some kind of sick, crazy joke about a hair color, right? Because when I noticed, damn, Chappelle looking old as hell right now, right? Got full gray hair, full gray white hair going on. And, you had the pictures when she was running in 2018 with full black hair, right? So Chappelle supposedly made a joke about a hair, something about, hey, I always asked my mama why I had white hair and she had black hair, some kind of crazy thing. I'm like, what in the hell, when my premonition, when my, I started getting the word that that's what happened, right? I started to say, what in the hell is this crazy woman talking about? Because she has had black hair before when running. It's not like she had, I don't know her, I don't know. I doubt if she really had it when she was young. So, you get these weirdo type attorneys making up all of these crazy false stories, right, to try to, break the ice with the jury. Just like these politicians, they think you're stupid. They think you citizens stupid. They think the jury is stupid, right? In my opinion, that you just can't Google up any type of pictures and see, hey, you have black hair. You didn't always have white hair, forever. So, when I got the word on that, right, I thought that was a really strange, really weird joke that she was, trying to do. From what I got there, right, Porterie was on the stand. When I was hearing that Johnny Brown was on the stand, before that, right? Yeah, Johnny Brown was, first came down there and, stated what he knew from what I kind of get, right. The word has been, put in my brain that he's only been saying that he don't know. I don't know this. I don't know that. Don't remember, don't know. So pretty much Johnny Brown kind of forget ever being on the actual superintendent, if you ask me. So it's kind of crazy how what's going on down over there, right? And And let me kind of give you a history from Brown and Porterie as I understand it, right? Word on the curb has it that that Porterie and Johnny Brown was getting into it, right? Was trying to undercut each other when they was back on over there. So, you know, undercutting each other, really hated each other, right? So when they got Johnny Brown out, that was the chance to put Mark Porterie in the position, right? So, and the jump, to the future, that's what people were trying to go on that, hey, Johnny Brown is going to be a watchdog for the people. Yeah, he's going to put them on there and to kind of, even everything out. And for what I'm hearing, right? So since he's got on there, he kind of been, agreeing with everything that Porterie has been doing because of this, lawsuits that's coming to light, right? So I guess if Porterie say the wrong thing, it's going to make him look crazy. And then hell, if they admit something, the board going to probably have to kick him out, and it's going to make both of them look bad, right? So I guess these two enemies, right? These two alleged enemies, kind of consolidated their differences right now and trying to work with each other so they won't be both of them look like some crap, right? So so jumping back, I know I'm kind of going back and forth, but when I got in the actual courtroom, I was surprised that I didn't see any type of news reporters, paper, or the television, right? Because this is a hot topic. You have a sexual harassment retaliation lawsuit going on through a school board election, right? And these things should be on the actual, be topics of discussion for candidates, right? So this is very interesting that none of this is going out. This is what the citizens need to know, need to see, need to be informed about. But unfortunately, you don't have no news telling you about this, and I'm the first one that's kind of bringing this to y'all out in a type of informative platform. So, and now, also from what I'm hearing, right, not Butte, Porterie is so dirty, right, that I heard, if I'm hearing all of this correct, that I think they actually testified that Butte helped Porterie get his doctorate degree, right? And if that's so, I'm like, man, that is purely crazy, because you have these alleged power drunk people like Porterie that'll do anything, that'll cut his friends' own throat, people's own throat, colleagues' own throat, would do anything that he has to do to get to the top and try to remain at the top. And it's just sad to see how these people turn on each other, right? They turn on their own friends or turn on their own, friends, people, colleagues, and they strictly use them and use them as footstools and stepping stones to go ahead and get to the top. And and from what I'm hearing, one of the problems that's been happening is that you had like a Hispanic mom sued, if I'm hearing it correctly, like you had a Hispanic mom, right? I think the kid was kind of, tearing everything up in the school district. Kid had ADHD or that was in, the special ed. Then I heard this Hispanic mom sued the school district. Then Melanie Chappelle allegedly didn't have her papers right or something like that, and they came back and sued them again. And from what I understand, busted them upside their heads, man. And it's crazy, right? It's crazy. We all have to pay attention to what's going on with these school districts and the city, right? Specifically the school district. You have to go to these meetings, trying to watch them online. They do a better job at hiding stuff versus the city of Port Arthur. So you constantly need to interrogate these doggone board members, see what they're doing, see who's on what side. You need to interrogate these board members, man. It's so important that you understand what's going on You really need to be invested in making sure a big place of employment like the school district has proper personnel doing their job, making sure that they're, hiring and not trying to harass, sexually harass people, intimidate, bully. Man, that's one of the biggest things that's going on. If you can take this institution from these crooks, that's going to really cripple them, right? This is like a moneymaker for the crooks, for the bad guys, the people that don't want the the kids to thrive. In my opinion, Mark Porterie, because you do all these crooked, corrupt things, you always blaming the parents for everything, where you never accept responsibility for the school or any wrongdoing, right? So, and I believe this might be another example of that, right? Because so we as the people, we need to really look down and keep our eyes on what's going on with this. So the general atmosphere in court, right? I'm getting a premonition, right? That Melanie Chappelle was getting aggravated, was getting highly aggravated to Larry Watts, right? Oh, on and say, right? Larry Watts, he's a pretty much a popular choice of an attorney when fighting the school district or the city of Port Arthur, right? He's been, trusted attorney that'll go in and fight for your rights. To go ahead, fight for to get justice. So, now I wasn't surprised when I heard that Larry Watts was an attorney that's going in and doing, and doing the litigation for the plaintiff. So, going and you can see that Melanie Chappelle getting frustrated. You have Porterie getting frustrated, right? Now I'm sitting in on this, and Larry Watts, right? He's doing a masterful job doing what attorneys do, putting the gift of gab on you and wording these questions and and putting in information when Melanie Chappelle don't know if it's been actually admissible already, if it's something that's already in, or if it's some new type of information. So he has Melanie Chappelle kind of running back and forth checking on that. Larry Watts has Porterie flustered, Porterie kind of mad. Look, one of the funniest things, right? That day, the short time I was in there, one of the funniest things that happened on court is when they had an issue with demotion versus transfer. What Porterie tried to do, right? Porterie tried to tell the workforce that Miss Butte wasn't demoted. She was actually transferred or given another position. Transferred maybe the wrong word, but pretty much gave another position, right? So they tried to minimize that or try to make it look like it wasn't a bad thing, but actually when that new position actually, was a loss in pay and a loss in responsibility. And one thing that Porterie tried to tell the jury, right? Porterie tried to tell the jury that he stands on having, a demotion being a demotion or a transfer being a transfer, right? And it wasn't intermingled. And he said he stand on that, right? And Ms. Larry Watts, so how can you say you stand on it when you told the Texas workforce that it was a transfer? And Porterie said, well, that was a mistake right there. I'm like, God damn, you catching them in lies, right? Catching them in lies, and the jury just has a look of disgust on their face with Porterie, right? It's very funny because you would think that Porterie, being with the district, should be used to these questions, right? But they act like they don't know anything. They didn't see any type of issue. They don't know anything about it. He wasn't there doing it. So, you catch all them lies. And well, no, he was there for it, but he's supposed to have done retaliation. So that he wasn't aware of it, and, all this crazy lies, and Mr. Larry Watts kind of, tearing them anew. behind, right? So that was actually funny to see. So at the end of that, right, when they started to go to lunch, I was walking out of no, they had the jury leave first. So I walked out of there before the defendants leave out of there, right? So when Porterie comes out, I go ahead and take a picture. I take a picture of Porterie and Melanie Chappelle. Not inside the court, but I'm, outside, right? So I'm outside in the hallway, the little breezeway or whatever, right? The little hallway where you walk down there to go in the courtrooms. I'm not taking a picture in the courtrooms, but outside in the breezeway, right? So Melanie Chappelle tries to go ahead and coerce. Let me go ahead and see. Yeah, if you can see this brother right here, I think his name is Mr. Hatcher. Now I remember Mr. Hatcher, right? He was a square dude, right? I remember he was running for something. He was real cool. I supported him. I forgot what he was running for, but I did support him, whatever position it was. And also, I remember him when they had the progressive black Democrats, right? He was up in there. I remember with Sergeant Segee, he was over there because Robert Troy was, bringing me there, right? Robert Troy was kind of, RIP to one of the legends in politics. Robert Troy was, brought me to the progressive black Democrats, kind of, introducing me to what's going on and some of the politics in the area, right? That's when I kind of remember from it. He was like their candidate running from whatever position. So I don't think the progressive black Democrats, is anymore. I just think they just kind of assimilated to the regular Democrats, right? So, that's kind of where I know him from. I haven't seen him in a while. So, and he kind of spoke to me. I asked me if I took the picture. I said no. I took a picture of Porterie, and Minister Chappelle, oh yes he did, with the little high voice, and this other dude that it looks like was in the paramedic. So yeah, I seen him, did it. This guy right here, right? I think from what I know now, right? I think this may be a husband, right? I'll pull up some pictures where I think there's a husband, but he was kind of co-signing for what Chappelle telling it to the bailiff, right? So the bailiff was like, hey, I might, just you ain't gotta, delete your picture, or whatever, because the clouds you'll still have it on there. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell the thing maybe to see what he wants you to do. Maybe maybe not be come back, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I don't give a fuck. I had another appointment to go to anyway, so I really wasn't gonna be there all day. So, I'm leaving over there, right? So, I see them on the elevator. So I kind of, jump on the elevator with the motherfuckers, right? Just for the hell of it. And I kind of hear this motherfucker dude talking about, well, if somebody kind of passed out, I'm going to have to do something. This, and I'm going to, oh, no, before that, right? Before that. Now, you got this old sassy ass, I guess it's Melanie Chappelle's water boy, right? This little black, little young attorney with this little backpack on him, right? He was like, hey, you going to go ahead and tag me? So, I kind of laughed. Okay, cool. So, they was trying to dogpile me out there in front of Mr. I think his name's Hatcher. Don't get me wrong. Hatcher. I think that's his name. From the bailiff and then the 60th District Court. So, they try to dogpile me. That's when we go to the, that's when they walk ahead, go to the elevator. So I just get on there with them just to, see what they gonna say right in the little water boy term, like, shh, 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 shh. When I got on. So the other guy, right, him, whoever he is, he kind of goes and also says, hey, if something happens, that then I'm gonna have to actually do something, right? I'm gonna actually have to do something. So yeah, this guy right here, I'm assuming that's the husband. I don't know. I think he's a paramedic. I heard he, she married a firefighter, so he may be a firefighter, whatever. I don't know him. I don't really know him like that. So he said, if something happens, I have to actually do something now. So what I'm finding out, right, one of the jurors had actually passed out over there. So they probably had, I don't know if he was over there or something to be like an extra help. So, we see this guy. So now her husband or whoever this guy is was talking crap about a doggone disabled person over there that fell down. And he was talking about that he was like, well, I have to do something if somebody passed out. Boy, you get these goddamn privileged ass folk and they figure that they don't have to do nothing. They figure that they can just have these jobs, being a firefighter, paramedic, whatever the hell, EMT, and they just don't have to do that. They get lazy as hell. But that's the problem when you get these secret society type mofos, these jobs, and these people that's supposed to be the gatekeepers for black folk, right? You get these old sellouts in there and they selling everybody out, right? So, I'm kind of leaving. That kind of like pissed me off, right? So I'm like, okay, what in the hell? Why in the hell she trying to tell me? She trying to coerce the bailiff to go ahead and kick me out or do something about the picture, or whatever, right? So hell, and I'm thinking, this dog ass clown, Melanie Chappelle, is fucking with me, right? She's harassing me because I actually came in with a picture crew, right? Not a picture crew, with a full photography equipment, right? Taking pictures when Mr. Langston Adams had his, term as a judge back in the days. I think 2014 or something like that. I don't know the exact year, but when he was temporarily being a judge, I came in there and took pictures with him. Hell, I even know the criminal district court, they actually stream theirs on their YouTube channel. They actually have a YouTube channel that they stream on. I got a picture of me up in there testifying when I had to testify for a doggone murder case, right? Kids shooting around the house and stuff like that. Almost hit the doggone garbage truck worker. He stressed out. He can't come to work. So, some kids kind of get active in the neighborhood, right? So I had to testify to that, because the cameras caught him. Hey, yeah, the cameras work this, and that, whoop, the whoop. So I got my picture where I'm on the stand, right? So, and that's inside court. So for this dog to goddamn tell me that I can't, take a picture, that's screwing with me, right? See, I'm not taking no ish from these crooked attorneys again, right? I'm going to go ahead and just file look, I'm going to go back there, right? If they give me any type of smoke, I'm going to go ahead and throw that paperwork on Melanie Chappelle, right? Now, if they try to kick me out, I'm going to ask the judge, hey, you agree with this? Do I have to leave, right? Now, if the judge agrees with it, I'm going to have to find out a particular canon that they may be violating, right? I got to get one of these rules. Judicial rules is like canons. So I'm going to have to go try to, see what I can do about that. So, but I don't think the judge has nothing to do with it. I just think it's just this damn tramp, Melanie Chappelle, in my opinion. Right? I think she was just trying to coerce somebody to do something, violating my rights, my civil rights, freedom of free speech, freedom of the press, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and go on and see what's kind of going on. If they're gonna have some smoke with me, right? If they're gonna have some smoke with me, I'm gonna have some smoke with them, right? So everybody, if you can, is gonna be going on at Thursday morning, right? So this should be out Thursday. So it's gonna be on this morning, at least Thursday and Friday. So go in there and check. I'll try to kind of, get some more information on if they have any more off days. But from what I can see, it doesn't really look good for Porterie and them because, Porterie and PAISD has a bad reputation out there in these streets. So it's not really looking good. So and what's funny is you have some people already have their justice for Dr. Boutte's shirt. Oh, that's hilarious, right? But these are things you have to do. You have to stick together whenever you're trying to fight these corrupt forces out here. So, you all need to stick together and put a wedge in the corruption. Because of corruption, they have corrupt networks also, right? So that's all I want to, go ahead and put it down for you right quick, kind of give you a little heads up of what's going on inside the courtroom, right? And this is Super Dave from the PA Political Revolution podcast. Until the next time, everybody take it easy, share, like this podcast. And until again, I see you. Peace.